Oh my God, let's do this, Wicked Warriors. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast, soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I'm your host, Wicked Wally, and we do this show live because the most important part of the show is the viewers, those watching right now, and also those watching after the fact. But this is a live show. It's interactive. If you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, or on Twitch, thanks for tuning in tonight. And we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have an awesome show for you tonight. Super excited. We've haven't been in this chair for a couple of weeks. We had a one band have to reschedule for next week, so we're going to have two in a row coming up. It's going to be pretty exciting. But for tonight, this is episode number 28 of the webcast. Sanguine Glacialis. That is the band tonight. What do you get when you combine melodic death metal, jazz, classical, folk, Latin music all together? You get Montreal's Sanguine Glacialis. They recently released a new music video in support of their latest album, Hadopelagic. So, if you can already tell, tonight's going to be full of things that Wally's going to have trouble pronouncing. That's going to be the theme of tonight's episode, is me trying to pronounce things all night, and hopefully my guest saying I got it at least close. We're also near the end of the show. We're going to review new music from bands Fatum Aeternum and Arshenic. Oh my God. Tonight's full of tongue twisters for Wally. So we're going to do some reviews at the end of the show with our guests. But before we go ahead and introduce our guests, I want to quickly let folks know how they can support this show, because that's something I don't usually cover. If you're watching this, whether it be on YouTube right now or after the fact or live, some great ways to support the show. There's two ways I can think of right now. One is free, and the other one, if you want to spend some money, we do have a merchandise page. If you go to streamlabs.com, Wicked Wally webcast, and go to our merch store, you will see we got some great Wicked Wally merchandise. So you can go to the store, check it out. It's pretty slick looking stuff. Another way to support the show is just subscribe. It's completely free. If you look for Wicked Wally webcast on YouTube, there will be a subscribe button. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. That's a great way to help us out. Also, you can hit that bell icon if you never want to miss an episode of the Wicked Wally webcast and get notified when we go live. Awesome. So like I said, tonight we have Sanguine Glacialis. Before we go ahead and pull them up, I'm going to throw up Vito. Vito, welcome back.
Hello, finally I'm back.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had you on the show. It's exciting to have you back as co-host. The mustache is looking as wonderful as ever.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be back, and I'm super stoked to talk to this band tonight.
Yeah, all the different genres. It really, it's mind-blowing, the amount of the different styles of music all mixed together with this band. And I love the experimental nature of metal. When metal goes into that experimental territory. Well, without further ado, let's introduce our guests from Sanguine Glacialis. If I'm saying the band name correctly, hopefully. It's a tough one. It's Latin, I believe?
Yeah, exactly. It's Latin, and I would say that pretty much everyone screws it up.
Oh, no.
So it's Sanguine Glacialis. That's fine. I'm used to it now.
I was very close. What did I miss? Sanguine...
Ne
Glacialis. So I was saying Sanguine Glacialis instead of Sanguine Glacialis. Sanguine Glacialis. Okay.
That'd be most French people say our names. It's always Sanguine. It's Sanguine, actually. If we want to go in the Latin root of the name.
Gotcha. So, Sanguine Glacialis. There we go. Yay! I was close, at least. I was close. I actually listened to you, the three of you, say the band name in an interview, and I listened back to it like 10 times to try to get it correct, but apparently I still didn't hear it correctly.
It's fine. Like I said, everybody screws it up, so we're used to it by now. It's fine. It's just funny, actually, and it makes nice things to talk about in an interview. So.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, whole episode I'm going to be struggling to pronounce things, but that's the theme of tonight's show. So yes, one at a time. We have Marc Gervais.
Yes.
Okay, Marc Gervais, bassist, big bass, by the way, big string, standing bass, which is pretty darn cool. You do backing vocals as well. And then we have Alexandre Lepin, right? Lepin. Okay, I'm trying so hard to pronounce it properly.
Honestly, it's not that bad. I've heard way worse.
Okay, fair enough. And Alexandra is, and I'll just call you Alex for the show, just so I don't mess up your first name. And Alex is, he's also the longest running member of the band. This is one of those very cool bands, like I think of In Flames on the top of my head. Although they have no original members, so you're the only original member.
She is.
You are? Really?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm the newest member.
He's the newest, yeah.
I got it backwards?
2 years
Yeah.
and
I got it completely wrong. Okay, I was looking up Metal Archives, the Metal Archives webpage. That's where I got my information from, so I'll have to...
He's actually the youngest.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The band being 10 years old, he wasn't even born or something.
Okay, because the most recent... The most recent lineup was what started in 2013. Is when you have the most recent lineup of the band, or no?
No, it's 2018, I think.
18. Okay.
Yeah, we had a lot of lineup changes over the
know.
years, so it's
How I
normal
messed
that you can-
all that up. I am so sorry. All right,
Most
so
people don't keep up, so that's already. I mean, that's good.
You're good. Okay. Yeah, and Alex is guitarist, and then Mode. Your vocals, lead vocals, clean and harsh vocals, which is really impressive. Vito's very impressed. You can tell by his expression.
Oh, yeah.
And then keyboards or piano. I guess in the actual video you play grand piano, and then as well violin. You play violin as well. So that's very 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 talented bunch here. And
Is there an instrument you can't play? I feel like you play them all.
Good question.
I play a lot, but there are a bunch that I don't play as well. So yeah, I could start. What I cannot play a harmonica. I'm really bad at harmonica. I can't play trumpet. I really suck at trumpet.
Okay.
I'm really really bad. Apart from that, I play a lot. I mean, I play piano, I sing, I play violin. Because I play violin and I taught violin a lot, I can also play alto. I can play a little bit of cello. I can play double bass. I can play bass. I can play guitar. I can play ukulele.
Wow.
I can play different kinds of flutes. I can play trombone. I can play different kinds of flute. Saxophone. I can play saxophone. So yeah.
Wow.
How about how about a didgeridoo? Can you play that?
No, I can't.
Yes, I found one.
I mean, it's I can try. Maybe I can do something with it, but I'm not very good.
I'm sure you could play it. It's a fun one.
Yeah, it sounds good too.
Fair enough. And I have some comments in the chat. We have Uyan in the chat. Please, Ceza yearly Plaka React Bros. I don't know what that means, but with a smiley face. And then Valerie says Mode for the win. And Valerie says trumpet ?
Yeah, I'm really bad at trumpet. It's just the embouchure is really really small. So you have to be able to fit your lips very tight together, like to actually make the sound. And
right.
I cannot do this properly, it seems. So I can do it with the trombone, like it works fine. But with a trumpet, it's too small, and I can do it.
Okay, so
yeah, fun facts about me.
so Mark and Alex, can you compete with the number of instruments that you play to Mode?
maybe together.
Maybe together.
We can name any percussion ever. I guess I can get something with it. But I'm not saying I'm good.
I played sax in high school. Cool. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And is it true, Mo, that your cats don't like when you play violin?
Oh yeah, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. One of my cats, Gizmo, that was in an interview I did recently.
Right, I read that.
He meows every time I play. And recently, he discovered that if he jumps on my lap and tries to give me attention, I let my violin go. So I just put it down and I pet him. So now that he understood that, every time he sees me play, he meows, he jumps on my lap, and he tries to have grab my attention so I can let go of the violin.
Smart cat.
Really
That's a smart cat.
Smart cat.
He is, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming on the show. I think we've got the basic intros out of the way. I wanted to first talk about your music. I'll say j'adore. I love it. I love your music. I like I said at the beginning of the show, I love the experimental side of metal. It combines different genres or even instruments that are not traditionally in metal. Say they have the violin, you have piano, standing bass. Those are things that you see more of nowadays. But I just love that experimental side of metal. And when I first heard your music, it reminded me of Diablo Swing Orchestra. I even got a little Flesh God Apocalypse in there. I definitely hear some influences, some strong influences. Are those actual influences, or did they just happen to come up with a sound like that when you came up with your music?
It's a mix of both. I mean, I know some of the members do listen to those bands. I personally don't, but I just like to go in a different route every sound. Like, okay, I'm gonna try this, so I immerse myself into some kind of the kind of music I want to try and play. Like.
Yeah, I mean, we all listen to very different things, and that's what makes us sound like we sound. And Diablo Swing, I personally listen to a lot of Diablo Swing Orchestra and Flesh God Apocalypse, so
Nice.
they are influences for sure. But for instance, Diablo Swing Orchestra is a band that has a lot of jazz influences, classical influences. So I think we mostly have the same influences that Diablo Swing has. I'm sorry, what you hear back there is Reviewz, so she might meow very loudly a couple of times. But yeah, we're a bunch that listen to Flesh God Apocalypse also, and we listen to classical music too. So Flesh God Apocalypse was very obviously influenced by classical music for their orchestrations and everything. So yeah, I think we have mainly the same diverse influences that these two bands have.
Right. Yeah, and it was really exciting when I was looking up the band. I was doing some more research. I didn't realize until I started digging that this is, well, maybe not quite a super group, but kind of. Like you all come from interesting. You have other projects, other bands you're part of, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Mode, you're in Valfria. As well, yes, as well as Jeremy. Was a member of Valfria, the drummer, so that's really cool. And then other members of the band come from another project called Fateless, which I checked out, which is pretty cool. Fateless, it's no more though, right? Is Fateless still an active band?
No, it's been gone for years now. But yeah,
many years.
Me and Joe were from the Fateless, and we even played some show with Sanguine Glacialis.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So
okay.
That's how we know about each other. So when Mode reformed the band, she just call and say, "Hey, you want to play bass?" I go, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice when the scene comes together like that. It's like, oh, this is falling apart, but let's build something out of this.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, and since in Montreal, that's the nice thing of Montreal, is that there are so many musicians of so many different styles and bands. When you're looking for a member, it's not that hard to find.
And
so
that's
the great part.
That's very different here in Calgary. I know usually there's like drummers. Drummers are in short supply. There's usually like one drummer will be in at least 3 or 4 bands here in Calgary. It's so common that they really struggle to find a drummer here in the city. Sometimes vocalists too, but more so I think drummers is a shortage here.
Yeah, well, in Montreal too. I mean, our drummer used to be in 3 different bands.
Right.
One of his bands is not really happening. I think they're not really practicing anymore. I'm not sure. So he's just in 2 bands right now. In just 2 bands.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Not that 1 isn't enough. Yeah, it's a ton of work being in 1 band. Being in 2, that's crazy incredible. Okay, so I'm gonna bring something up here, and I want to see if they recognize this at all. I hear laughter, so I got something right.
We made it. Their band Sanguine Glacialis was on that set.
Yeah, it was our first show together, like the 2 bands together.
Yeah.
And we were so different back then. Oh my God! Wow.
La prochaine chanson, The Dawn of Ignorance.
And then is that Jonathan there on the left? Yeah. Right, that's Jonathan from the band. And then there you are, Mark. So yeah, right here. Yeah.
Right away, for those who didn't know, FX right there, the singer, he used to be the bass player of Hands of Despair as well.
Oh,
so,
okay.
All the members.
Yeah. All different projects.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that up to get your reaction. This is about Sanguine Glacialis tonight, so I'm gonna make sure I play your music, but I just wanted that little blast from the past, just to let you know that even though I got a bunch of stuff wrong at the beginning of the show, somehow I did do a lot of research, so I probably just got confused. All right, so.
Clearly it shows.
Right, I did do a lot. So there'll be some fun stuff I'm gonna pull up later. I like to dig through social media and all this kind of. There'll be some fun. Nothing bad. Just fun stuff. So
it's fun.
It's fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out. I want to listen to Kraken, and we listened to the song before on the show. We did a review of it, and we're so impressed. I'm like, I have to get this band on the show. So thanks again for coming on. We're gonna take a look at the music video. If you have any information about it, I did some digging too about it. We're gonna watch the music video for Kraken. And interesting. Before we get started with this, interesting thing, Mark, you had a big part to play in how this video turned out. Isn't that true?
Yeah. Most of the video I try to have a little backstory in it, so a scenario. So usually I design the clips and I help. I did the montage.
Right. Wrote, directed, and did the VFX montage for the music video. With a friend we did the VFX thing with together.
Kraken. Which was all special effects and practical effects mixed together.
How much work? How long did that take to put all this together? It must have been hours and hours of editing and.
Yeah, just to give you a slight idea, the video was filmed on September 1st, 2019.
But then the pandemic hit. And a lot of stuff got delayed. Like I couldn't shoot any of the scene with the Kraken, which is actually just a.
It's just a fish we.
Well, not
bought.
a fish, but
we both have.
Octopus.
We're francophones.
An octopus.
Yeah.
An octopus. Okay.
An octopus. We took a window. We just played with the octopus on the window, and and after that, it's VFX magic from a friend of mine.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the music video. And at any point in time you want to add anything about what happened here, I want to talk a little bit about the location as well, which I'm going to let me try to pronounce it, and I'm going to get it wrong, but I'm still going to try. Let me try to pronounce what the name of the venue is. Not the venue, but the location where you shot this. I'll give it a shot. But let's go ahead and watch this, and we'll talk more about it in a bit. So Sanguine Glacialis, Kraken, the latest music video released just on March 31st. Let's do this. Oh, look at that mustache.
Yes, I insisted. I absolutely wanted his mustache to be part of the clip, and I'm so happy it's there. Oh my god, I love it.
That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, "Oh, I got competition."
The bow tie. The
actually was supposed to be just one of the dancer, and we're like, oh no, you're gonna be the waiter we see.
We want your mustache. We need your mustache.
It draws you in. It instantly, like as soon as you start watching it, you're like, what is this? Okay, this is okay, because because I knew it was gonna be a metal song. So I'm like, wait, the mustache, the bow tie. Okay, I'm sold. I have to watch the whole thing now. Oh, nice. Was that wine or water?
It's real wine.
Oh, wow.
Grape juice.
Was it grape juice?
Yeah.
There was wine in the room.
You'd be drunk at some point.
I know there was grape juice and wine in that venue at the same time. So
Okay.
A little bit of both.
One of the
If you drink enough wine, you don't realize if it's grape juice or not, right? It starts to all taste the same. So
Exactly.
That's the trick.
Okay, I have some comments in the chat about the video, and a couple I missed from earlier. Crash says, if she's not remembering, that only show that it was clearly wine. It was clearly wine. So thanks for that, Crash. And we have Nate Trash in the chat. Thanks for joining, Nate. Montana has a sick mustache. We joke about her. We joke, for some reason, we've joked about her growing facial hair multiple times. That's one of the co-hosts here on the show.
Because my name is wrong on the thing right now.
Oh, is it still wrong?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, now it's not.
No, I didn't fix it. Oh,
That's
no.
okay.
Oh no.
I can be Montana tonight.
Okay, I will remind me when we come back. Well, here, I'm gonna put the music back on. I'll try to fix that.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh, and then cats are control freaks, says Nathan in the chat, and that's very true. We were talking earlier about when you're trying to play violin mode. Tom Berner has 2 hearts. Thanks, Tom, for tuning in. Okay, I'll pause it there for a second. One, to make sure it's Wally and Vito now, not Montana, and also to comment about the.
It's still Montana.
I'll change it. I'll change it. I'll change it, Vito. Filmed at. So this was filmed at l'Oasis de Vaux Palais de l'Assomption.
Yes, something like that.
Something like that. So it's an old courthouse, right? That's what this is, an old courthouse of l'Assomption. How do you? Can you pronounce it for me?
L'Oasis du Vieux Palais de l'Assomption.
Oh, perfect. Vito, you can repeat that back, I'm sure.
Yeah, not at all. My girlfriend's trying to teach me French, and it's like not happening.
Not happening, Montana. Oh, wait, I'll
trying. It's not easy.
It's not the easiest, yeah.
Fun fact about that place is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that some scene of the movie Titanic was shot there. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and that's what kind of sell the place to us, if it's
or
true.
It was Titanic inspired.
Yeah, Titanic inspired because we wanted to go into the kind of boat old leisure boat.
It kind of looks like, you know what it looks like to me? That scene in Titanic when Rose and Jack are dancing with the lower class, like the lower class passengers, when they're all doing that dance scene. That's what this kind of looks like. So I wouldn't be surprised if they filmed that there.
This is exactly when I pitched the scenario of the video clip.
Right.
It was like I said, remember that scene in Titanic with the dancing?
I do.
Something like that. That was the vibe of Kraken to me.
I remember it. Yeah, it's a really, really cool venue. Actually, there's another one of your music videos we're going to check out, also shot in this location, just because there's a bunch of different areas. It's just big courthouse, this giant courthouse, and we'll take a look in a bit of what it looks like from the outside. There's conferences there, theater, filming. There's a bar, lodging. There's a student campus with 7 bedrooms, a reception room. It's just this big, cool historic building with a bunch of events and stuff down there. So really, really cool stuff.
Montreal?
It's in L'Assomption. So L'Assomption is a small city around big Montreal. So it's around Montreal, but it's not on the island of Montreal.
Okay, cool.
I'm still reading Montana has a sick mustache. That's gonna get me all the time. Okay, let's go back to the music video, and yeah, if you think of anything else you want to jump in and talk about, yeah, let me know. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I had one thing. The actress you see dancing is actually or the singer of Valfreya.
It's Corinne from Valfreya.
I didn't even notice. Wow, I missed it.
Oh yeah, and be attentive if you know the Montreal metal scene. There's a little stunt by Jessica from Fall of Stasis. They're releasing an album soon. Yeah, there are a couple of people you might recognize.
You can see we all help each other out, and the scene is fun.
So I hadn't heard of Fall of Stasis before looking up your band, but there was a show actually canceled. You were supposed to play with them with Valfreya. I'm saying the name right correctly. With Valfreya, you're going to play a show with them. So I actually looked them up. I'm like, I'm going to check this band out. So they have a demo out so far. I didn't see anything beyond some demo tracks, but there were demo tracks. There's 3 songs. Incredible. Really, really good. Yeah. Really, really good.
Actually, they just finished recording their album at the Grid. So it's just during the pandemic, they were not able to do much. It was supposed to come out earlier than this, but it should come out eventually. I know the album is just finished.
Oh, wow.
Something is coming up.
Yeah, I'm following them everywhere because I was really impressed. Like the first track I listened to, I remember it sounding something like almost like I got a little Cradle of Filth kind of vibe from the first track. A little bit influence from that. It sounded almost like some black metal. And I forget what the lead vocalist's name is now, but the lead the vocals almost a little bit of Danny Filth. Like it just like, and then the next track, like every single track had something a little bit different. It was really, really interesting to listen to the 3 songs that they've released so far. Yeah.
Yeah, they're friends of ours, and Jessica mostly. She's a very good friend of Corinne and me. So the 3 girls were best friends in life. So that's why we wanted to do a show or even a small tour with our 3 bands. That it felt natural for us. And I'm pretty sure when COVID ends and we're finally able to play shows, we'll do these shows for sure. Because we were supposed to do them. We did the Montreal one. We did the Quebec one. And the week after, everything closed down because of the pandemic.
Wow, crazy! That's crazy. Yeah. Back to Kraken, the song we're listening to, and we're going to go back to in a bit here. I was interested that so the band's name is Latin, is in Latin, and it's Sanguine Glacialis, which is like frozen blood, right?
Yeah.
Means frozen blood, so it's in Latin. But then this song, you have to explain to me why. I'm curious why. The lyrics start off in Spanish, and then they're also French and English as well. So it's like 3 languages. So in order, like I like to look through lyrics to get meaning, and the meaning's fairly straightforward. It's about a kraken, and it's not too, as far as I can tell, the meaning of the song's fairly straightforward. But I had to do Google Translate 3 times in order to figure out what the song is about. Why, or twice, I should say. Why is that? Why Spanish, French, and English? Is because the band's bilingual, or what was the choice for this song?
Yeah, well, the band is bilingual. First, we're French. We're all francophones.
Right, obviously. I should say trilingual. That's what I should say. I meant to say.
And since we live in Montreal, English has been a part of our city and our lives actually.
Everyday life.
Yeah, so we're bilingual in life. And at the time, our singer was also Spanish. So I decided to try to put a little Spanish lyrics there for our previous singer that was there back then. And well, I'm not.
Yeah, because just the song was written before the band reformed.
Right.
So it was before she was the
only singer.
the only
Primary,
singer.
yeah, the only one, yeah. Right. Okay.
And that there was like three singer or like
Yeah, we
two
were
and the
three.
bassist sang a lot. So
Yeah, we were three. Actually, I was back vocalist during that time. Our bassist was one of the lead vocalists. We had a classical singer, and there was me. So I was like the third one, and now I'm the main singer.
main event.
Well, you do a great job.
Amazing.
Amazing job. Did you like improve since the start of the band, or did you just actually finally what made you want to take that on?
idea.
Okay, yeah.
So she learned a lot from the old singers.
It's funny because I always sang on the side for me, but I'm not a trained singer in the sense that I studied music, but I studied classical piano and classical violin.
Right.
I did choir in CEGEP. We have CEGEP in Quebec, and I did jazz choir in university. So I sang, but what really taught me how to sing is because we had a lot of problems keeping our singers back then, and I had to place them in the jams and then in the shows. So I knew all the parts, and I was the one teaching these new parts to the new singer. So I learned the parts, I practiced the parts, and eventually I just, I can sing them. So why not just
do it?
Keep going this way, and I'll be the singer, and that's what happened.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. How did you learn the scream? Because the scream is so much different than your clean vocals, and they're both so perfect. The first time I heard you guys, I was like, how did she learn to do that?
Thank you. Well, scream is a technique. First time I heard a female screamer was Candice from Etz, a band from France. It was not Angela Gosso, but she was like the second one I heard. So as soon as I heard that, the 12-year-old me absolutely wanted to do that. So I practiced pretty much all my high school years. And eventually at the end of high school, I finally understood. I finally was able to place my voice properly. So after a lot of practice, I was finally able to do it. And then I never stopped doing it. And today, I'm very lucky to be part of the Growlers Choir, the first Growlers Choir in the world, and the La Fabrique de Monstres, the Monsters Factory. We're all death metal singers that do voices for monsters in video games. And
wow!
I
was so impressed by that. I creeped on that Instagram page so hard. That was so cool when I saw that.
It's really, really nice. So, and with these two very big, we're big collectives of death metal singers. We all have different techniques. We all have different things that we're good at doing. And so we learn from each other at the same time. So we have small classes that we gave each other to get better at it. So through these ensembles, I've learned a lot about growling, about screaming, fry screaming, about just using my voice in general. With the classes I had too in university, I took singing classes as well after. So with all of that together, that's how I learned how to do this. And then it was a lot of practice.
Is this the Growlers Choir? Did I find the right thing?
Yeah. Honestly, the quality of growlers in Montreal is rising so fast. It will be crazy when the show restarts.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is the choir. Hey, I want to check a little bit of this out. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, quickly, Valerie in the chat says, "So happy I got to see you before the pandemic at Evil Fest." So before that all started.
Yeah. It's called Festival in French. Festival. So festival.
I love that. What a play on words.
And
it's amazing.
And you were dressed up. I have a photo of that for later, but I'll pull it up now. You looked fantastic. Like everyone's very dapper. I guess tonight too. I actually feel like I should have dressed a little bit better for tonight's show.
Me too.
but here you are at Festival.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest. Actually, it's the biggest talk show we have in Quebec, hands down.
Wow.
And you were talking about Festival at this talk show. Nice.
Yeah, it was.
And was that wine? Or was that grape juice?
That was wine, but I remember because I did not touch it at all. It was good wine too, but I was so sick. I had the flu. Like I was really, really sick with a fever, diarrhea, everything like the worst. And I was on stage there talking about the festival because I did not want to miss that, but I did not touch the wine.
I guess you look a little bit pale, but I think it's just the lighting. I don't know.
It's all makeup. Don't worry. I'm pale anyways.
Okay.
On that show, they keep like when they bring out the wine, they say, "Okay, what we're drinking tonight," and she didn't touch it.
Yeah.
It's a happening, but I was.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I was so terribly sick that day. Yeah.
Okay, so the Growlers Choir, I didn't creep on this like Vito did. Vito knew about this and I didn't. I'm gonna play. I want to play with this now. I'm really curious on what a growling choir sounds like. I have no idea.
There was a really cool video of them in a big church. That's the one that's the first one I seen.
Is that the one I should find?
It's kind of spooky and like it was just cool. I'd never seen anything like it.
It's the last that we did was the last show we did was in the church. So it was this was 2 years ago. The video you showed. This one was 2 years ago, and the one in the church was 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
2
so
weeks
that's
ago.
a show we did drink. Oh, and if you want to go just a little down, just a little bit, like the Growlers Choir Hate Machine, that's an official video we did with a recording.
Okay.
So it's.
All right, let's check a little bit. Yeah, let's check this out. I'm really excited now. I did not catch this when I was looking up a bunch of stuff about you.
It's really nice.
And then we have to go back to Sanguine Glacialis after.
Yeah.
Whoa! Holy shit. Hey, there you are. I saw you in the mix.
Yeah.
You're right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that is intense. That is
like,
very
who would
intense.
have thought a growling choir, like it makes sense, but nobody thought of it yet. You know what I mean?
Pierre-Luc did. Pierre-Luc is our chief, so he's the one, he's the brain under Hate Machine and the Growlers Choir, so he's the one that thought about all of it. It's amazing.
It's so genius.
It's
so genius.
It's a crime this only has 1,200 views. This is something that should go viral with the metal scene. This is insane. All the faces and the Growlers Choir. This is intense. Okay. Anyway,
let's think we're coming. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, let's go back to the Kraken music video for a bit and see if there's anything you folks want to say about it.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's just fun. If we go on some tangents, it's okay, as long as it's entertaining. Okay, I have a question. When you perform this song live, do people start dancing like they, as you see them in the music video? Do people start to classically dance?
Well, Mark does, but I'm not sure if he can.
It's a blend of moshing and dancing. That's the thing I've noticed about Sanguine shows. They're not moshing, they're not dancing, they're like blending. So we have weird dancing wall of deaths and dancing circle pits, but they're still moshing.
Yeah.
It's sort of like folk metal. Whenever you go to a folk metal show, usually there's people doing like a polka. There's a 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then they're moshing at the same time. So yeah.
That's the spirit. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Oh, here we go. Here's the octopus. There's the octopus.
Yeah.
On the window, there's the octopus. Let's check. Okay, this is the VFX in action. Oh, and I also want to say there's some new folks just tuned in. Yeah, if you want to support the Wicked Wally webcast, go over to our YouTube channel. Search Wicked Wally webcast on YouTube and subscribe and hit that bell. It'll really help us out. Get a following going. All right, back to...
Did you guys get to eat the octopus after?
Oh, no.
After slamming it to a window for like an hour or so, it was getting pretty disgusting, and the smell was horrible. So, but we didn't want to throw it out, so we checked if the guy who was filming it, dog, likes it, and he did.
So this is an already dead octopus, right? Like you'd get from this is an already dead octopus, right? Something you get at like a food store. Okay.
Yeah, it was frozen octopus from the grocery store.
Right. So no animals were harmed in the making of this video.
Well, it was harmed, but not violence, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
It was funny seeing the dog with the tentacle grouping.
The dog was eating it?
Yeah, he ate it. Yeah.
Oh man, do you have a picture? You have a photo of that? You should put it on your social media.
I don't have a picture.
Oh, that's so good. It didn't go to waste.
No.
I do have a video of the the breakdown of the VFX, like how it was made.
Oh, okay. Is that on the Sanguine Glacialis YouTube channel?
No, it's actually not. But
we'd have to upload it and all, but we can upload it later. Maybe post it in the comment section of the podcast. We'll see.
Nathan says in the for sure, yeah. Let me know the link, and I can update it in the description of the show for sure. Nathan in the chat says, "What a great song! I love the classical instrumentation, and then the transition into death metal just kicks me in the face." So that's yes.
And it's like two things that shouldn't work, but you guys made it work. That's what I love about all your music. It's like, oh, that shouldn't be in there, but it should. Like something, if you said, oh, this is going to sound with this, it doesn't sound like it's supposed to work, but you guys worked it all out, and I love it. And the fish, I just got a fish tank, and I put the Bluetooth speaker by the fish tank, and the fish were like going nuts when I was playing new music last night. It was pretty funny.
Nice. We make the fish react.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, let's see some more of this VFX. I want to see this octopus. It's, I guess, instead of the iceberg, it's the octopus taking the ship down. So then when you go to this view, I'm guessing from a story perspective, and this is for you, question for you, Mark, this is what the ghosts after the ship's been taken down by the Kraken? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's kind of, I always felt it was kind of a ghost ship living again and again the same same moment, and they kind of the same guy realized the Kraken's gonna hit the boat, but like
it's just reliving the same story over and over again on the seas, and having to deal with the Kraken eating and destroying people on the ship and the ship over and over again.
And over again. Wow.
Some are used to it.
Oh, it's just the Kraken again. Okay.
Yeah.
Although
usual Monday.
Cool. I think we can go see if there's anything a little bit further. I'm just seeing if we can kind of move on to some more tracks. Folks can definitely check out more of the music. Some new folks, more people tuning in. Thanks for tuning to the Wicked Wally webcast. We have Sanguine Glacialis on the show, and we're listening to some of their tunes, talking about how crazy talented they are, all of their all the many instruments that they play, and the different projects they're part of. This is going to be an awesome show. If you've just tuned in now, to go back on YouTube after and check out the beginning of it, because there's so many cool things we talked about so far. It's exciting stuff. So I want to keep moving on. I want to check out. We'll talk a little bit more about the album. The album Hadopelagic. Am I saying that correctly?
That's an English word, actually. So you should.
Oh, that's why I got it. Okay. Okay, so the album was recorded at Grid Productions, and by was it the head engineer there, right?
Yeah.
This guy here, Chris Donaldson. And
for those that don't know Chris Donaldson, he's, in my opinion, he's the best. He's a friend of mine. He's the one behind Beyond Creation, The Agonist, Cryptopsy. Actually, he's the guitar player of Cryptopsy, and so many more. If you don't know Chris, definitely. The Last Shadow of Intent as well. One of my favorite albums since forever. That album is just amazing. It kicks ass. Earlier, we talked about Fall of Stasis.
Okay.
So
he's doing your album?
Yeah. He's the one.
Awesome.
He did it because it's done now. And we'll go back with him for a third album. Actually, we started checking this out with him a couple of days ago. We're almost done composing the album. We're just finishing touching up. So third album will be coming soon.
Excellent.
Woo!
That's exciting. That's super exciting. So anything you can tell us about the new album in terms of themes or what direction it's going to go, or is it still all secret right now?
It's not that secret, but I can say you will recognize us in the sense that we're everywhere again. That's how we sound. That's what we are about. We are exploring different genres, different genres, different styles, and that's where we're going to. So new styles that we haven't explored yet in our two first albums.
Interesting.
So new instrumentation as well. So different instruments that we'll use. But yeah, we're just going everywhere.
All over the place.
We still have that same experimental side you said earlier.
Right.
From song to song, we go from a world to another. It's really different, but we still have the same sanguine vibe through it, the same death metal route to guide us through that.
Awesome. I'm excited, so excited. And also with the Grid Productions, he was credited on the album, but I don't know. It mentions he's more of an administrator. Marco, did Marco play any part, or does he just run the studio?
He recorded the guitars.
Okay.
And the bass.
Oh, so from engineering's perspective, he recorded the guitars and the bass for you. Okay, excellent. Yeah, because it says here he's mostly takes care of all the admin stuff now, schedules and pricing. So he looks very happy, very very happy looking person.
Yeah,
he likes doing that.
Why not? I mean, he's very into his work.
He's serious. He's a serious man. Yeah.
Hey, Wally.
Yeah.
I had a little thought just now. You know who I think these guys might like, if you guys haven't heard of them? A band from the West Coast called Ninja Spy, because they put some genres of music together. And it's a metal band, but they have kind of like some reggae influence into it. Like ska,
reggae.
And it shouldn't work, but it does. It's one of those, it's like, do reggae and metal, like those two things don't coexist usually. I think you guys would...
Two songs with reggae metal, actually from different band, but I've been trying to put some reggae into our music.
Nice.
No success yet.
And Jonathan, our guitar player that is not here today, is a big fan of reggae and ska. So it's
one day
it will come. Don't worry. I'm not even worried. It will come eventually.
Yeah, check out Ninja Spy. See how they do it. For sure.
Yeah, I've interviewed Josh. It's three brothers that actually form the band. So it's a brother band. It's only a three-piece, but they have this like very huge, very big sound because they all play very technically, and there's a lot of little tricks they do to make the sound bigger than what it is. And they sound like that live. They're very incredible. So yeah, definitely go check out Ninja Spy. They're working on new stuff, so I'm actually hoping to get them on the show. I'll be like, hey, remember when I interviewed you like 3 years ago? Can you come on my new show? So hopefully get them on, because they're pretty cool guys. All right, I wanted to check out your song Monsters.
Yeah.
So how would you set up this track in terms of what it's about, the meaning behind this song?
Monsters is about your everyday, daily monsters. The song is talking about literal monsters, but it's just a metaphor for the everyday monsters that we have. And the video is mostly about these everyday monsters. So your nightmares coming to life, basically.
Awesome. More folks tuning in. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to watching the Wicked Wally webcast. So we're going to check out a little bit of Monsters. We won't get through as much of it as we did the Kraken, because I do want to actually watch a little bit more of Misa De Angelis. I want to watch.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm getting it. Thank you. I can tell you like me because you're cheering me on. You're like, okay, come on, you can do it. You can do it.
I mean, I have a bachelor's degree in teaching, so I'm really into positive reinforcements.
That's good. Lucky me. All right. Let's listen to a little bit of Monsters. If there's anything you want to say about it, we'll probably only check out a few minutes of this. It's a 7.5-minute track, so we're not going to get through the whole thing. Lots of transitions in this song, but excellent track. So let's do this. Let's check it out.
By the way, the lineup changed a bit since that video.
Yeah, this was back in 2018. January 2018 was when you released this. So yeah, there was definitely some lineup changes. And I want to talk a little bit more about that later. I have kind of a fun way to bring up the lineup changes. Not in a bad way, in a fun way to bring up your lineup changes a bit later in the show. But yeah, if you want to mention anything here, feel free.
Okay.
Very traditional death metal opening, like very melodic death metal opening. You don't really you hear some of the other instruments in the background, but really it's very straightforward. So was that intentional? Why you released this track first as your first single on the album, because it has that very the opening is very I guess
it's straightforward.
Straightforward, yeah.
Yeah, but there are a couple of, I mean, I know we won't listen to it right now, but if you keep listening to that song, you'll notice we go from traditional death metal to classical breakdowns to more jazzy, gypsy vibe. Yeah, so we're going in a couple of different directions in the same song, and we thought that the whole song represented the album a little bit better.
Gotcha.
For example, Kraken is very jazzy,
yes,
but we're not that jazz through the whole album.
Very good point.
Yes.
Yeah, if you listen to the album, it's a lot more death metal it's a lot more heavy, it's a lot more death metal than you would get from listening to Kraken. You would think that the whole album's kind of like that, and it's not. It's a much heavier album. I was surprised when I listened to it. Go ahead, Vito, you're going to say something. Mark too, I think?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. You pulled the words out of my mouth.
Awesome. And then Mark, you wanted to add something?
Yeah. And also, there's also like some kind of band meeting every album, let's say, just say like what is the clip, which song we want to do a clip for, and why do we have a concept. So I was like, okay, I have this concept for this clip. Maybe it's more doable than the concept for this clip, and it felt just right for a monster. We had a lot of brainstorming for it.
We're very theatrical, so we thought it was very important to have clips or music videos that represented that theatrical side that we have. So Mark usually is the one that thinks about the concepts. So it's just, well, for this song I have this concept, for this song I have this concept. Which one do you think is better and easier to do for first single? So we just we evaluate all these kinds of different things, and we decide then, okay, we'll go with that one.
Makes sense.
I love that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. We are a visual band. We have an image which is important. I think it's something that's sometimes missing. I know you've talked about this in your last interview with Lycanthro. All the
You're watching my show.
Yeah, I did my homework.
Yeah, we do our homework too.
Thank you. Sorry, what were you saying, Alex?
That was a good point. Some bands are missing in the visual aspect of the shows. They're good players. We try to work on that. We're lucky to have someone like Mark, which has a great background to make videos. And things
I have a little background in cinema.
Oh,
and
okay.
Huge imagination.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's fun to have all these aspect and talent in the band to contribute toward the cause.
Yeah, because Mark's on the credits for this as well, so a very creative force through and through. Post-production by Mark as well on this video. Let's check a little more of it out. And I want to say, Try Dying in the chat, thanks for tuning in. Try Dying says, stoked for a new album, cheers from Nova Scotia. Horns and cheers. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Try. Appreciate that. Okay, let's listen to a little more of this song. I want to try to get to some of the parts. I might have to skip around a little bit, which doesn't do it justice, but I want to give everyone a bit of a taste. I hear the classical influence there, I think. That's, yeah, great. Okay, we're gonna keep moving on because we only have so much time in the show. We don't want to go for too long tonight, even though we're having fun. The next thing I want to talk about, I'm gonna put some links in the Twitch chat. So if you're on Twitch, you're gonna see this. It's the only place I can dump it in here easily. So into the Twitch chat, we're going to throw in some links because links for the band. So where to buy their album, there's a Bandcamp link, where to buy their merch, and I wanted to pull that up as well and talk a little bit about your merchandise and where to buy your stuff. Here, we're going to pull this up.
We have something special about the merchandise. If you live close to Montreal, I go to deliver the merch to your door.
There you go. Door-to-door delivery.
Very seriously.
We've had so many amazing reviews. Like, I've never received a shirt that fast in my life. I think the fastest...
It's less than 57 minutes I have.
57 minutes.
To his door.
I mean, he's amazing.
I take it seriously.
He's amazing.
Do you have a day job? How do you manage to deliver so quickly, or is it just happen to be free?
I got lucky on this one.
Okay.
I think it was in the COVID break, so I wasn't working, but still, I'm trying to do as fast as I can.
Oh, there you go.
We have to compete against Amazon, which has
Amazon. You're competing with Amazon.
Yeah. You won't be metal.
I love this Kraken T-shirt here. The Kraken mouth opening, or the mouth of the Kraken. That's pretty. It's pretty epic. You see the tentacles on the outside. Red Kraken.
I was wearing that today. Actually, it's a nice shirt.
Very, very cool.
It's all done by Jonathan Sardelli. That's his name. He's the one that did our cover, the cover of our last album and the cover of the previous album.
Okay.
So we did a lot of things for us. So we did all the covers except the one for the EP. So we did a bunch of things for us, and he also did our banners that we have live. And this shirt is inspired by our banner that we have live.
Yeah.
He's
awesome.
a great artist. He's amazing.
So those links are in the Twitch chat. So yeah, folks, if you go ahead and check that out, definitely want to support Sanguine Glacialis. Oh,
You added it the first time.
oh.
Yeah.
So, anyway, okay, we'll keep moving on. Yeah, and okay, this is the there's another music video which you shot at Fort l'Assomption. This was here. I'm going to pull this up. The song Missa di Angelis. There's something really fun I want to point out in this video. At a certain time code, so we're gonna jump right to it. So here I was doing research for the show. I was watching this video. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. It's a fireplace, really cool, cool scene. And then all of a sudden, here, we'll do that one more time. All of a sudden, I'm watching this, and I'm like, hold on, refrigerator. I was like, refrigerator.
I noticed it like way later, and eventually you can see an exit sign too.
The exit sign, yeah.
It's in French, so it's sortie, but it's the same thing as the exit, red flashing sign. I think Alex, not this Alex, but our previous guitarist, that is also the guitar player of Ends of Despair. Well, the scene is like this, so we all have the same members for all the same bands. But yeah, he did a very good job, but there are a couple of scenes like this that we noticed the refrigerator on the exit sign, and it made me laugh, but it doesn't matter. You see the fort. That's how the fort is today. So modern.
True.
Yeah, I didn't get to change it post.
I was just gonna say that.
Because in Monster there was some things like that when you see the character of the pest doctor, but we could see his neck or thing like that, and that's all fixed in post.
Oh, wow.
And we made his eyes lit, but I didn't get to work on that, else it would be gone. But
we wanted to do like a classic bands playing video, so that's the only one Mark did not have anything to do because there's no storyline.
Yeah. Right. It's a great song, and I think this angle was probably kept in there too because you look badass doing your vocals in this part look awesome. So I think that's why they wanted to keep this shot in. The exit sign is there. It didn't bother the refrigerator for some reason throws me off more than the sortie, the exit sign. But anyway, let's go back to the video. I'll start it from the beginning again. I just wanted to point that out. I was like, oh hey, refrigerator.
Yeah.
And the time change is just so smooth.
It's silly.
Like butter.
It's so silly. Oh.
And those operatic vocals there, very impressive. There's a video. You have your own YouTube channel. Jeff Jeffries in the chat says smooth, very smooth. But your operatic vocals there, Mode. I was like, man, that reminds me of Nightwish. And you have a video that went quasi-viral of you doing a vocal cover of a Nightwish track. I'm going to pull it up here later. 52,000 views. You hit 52,000 views. Yeah.
I was really impressed. And like, it's near 4 years later, almost 4 years later, I have weekly comments on that video.
Wow.
Still.
Oh.
It's really impressive. Like, I did not expect that. And when I listened to it today, like, I know I have all these amazing comments, but I listened to it today and I'm like, I could do so much better.
Oh, so, fair enough. Yeah.
Amélie. So I present to you Amélie the cat.
Amélie. Hi. Looks like Moogie.
Hi, guys.
It does look like Moogie.
Looks like Moogie. We have a cat co-host as well, Montana's cat Moogie. So he makes an appearance. He makes an appearance usually whenever she's on the show. Because she's just at home. Everyone's at home right now, so that's why the cats are there. But anyway, yeah. So this, even the aspect ratio of the video, you can tell this is an older video. It's 2017. Even the aspect ratio of the video is different. I'm actually not, just because you use the actual backing track. I want to play this. But you use the actual backing track from the song, and I'm worried that this video is going to get taken down because if it's such a popular song. So
it's possible. I know the reason why they let me is because it's a cover, I write really clearly that it's a cover, so it's not my song, and I write in the description that I do not own this song, but it's the original instrumental of the band. Nightwish release all their instrumentals. That's really, really nice of them, but sometimes you can't use it because YouTube it's copyright protected. But yeah.
So I'll just strongly recommend people check this out. Also, you have a whole bunch of your YouTube channel is just your name, Mode Teberge or Theberge. Teberge. Yeah, I got it right the first time. And rightish. So yeah, a whole bunch of vocal covers on this. Strongly recommend folks going to check this out. Some of them we could play because it's actually, you don't have any of the backing tracks from the actual albums. Some of your more recent stuff. Really fantastic.
Yeah, some of them, the band actually sent them to me. Like for Ets and The Agonist, the bands sent me the songs themselves. Like for
they
The Agonist,
wanted you to cover it.
No, but I asked if I could use their song to make a cover, and they accepted. And I know The Agonist, I know them personally. Actually, I live nearby Simon, the drummer. So, and I took singing lessons with Vicky, their singer, the actual singer right now. So when I asked her, can I practice? Can I just make vocal covers of your songs? She was like, yeah, for sure. I mean, she just sent me everything, and I had a lot of fun recording covers of her song.
Very cool.
So hard to sing. She's amazing.
That's what you do. You have to always challenge yourself, no matter what you're doing, and push yourself harder. It's almost like being never satisfied.
Yeah, but that's the key to becoming better.
Yep. Exactly.
Otherwise, you're just staying the same.
Yeah, totally agree. Always trying to push things to the next level. All right, so I did plug your merchandise. We did talk about there's an album coming up. I actually want to excuse me, before we look at some stuff from your social. Actually, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna look at some stuff from your social media, and I want to chat a bit about it. I find stuff that's not embarrassing but fun, and I like to get folks comments on it. So we'll start pretty simple, pretty easy. This was the Ride of the Valkyries tour. This is the one that was actually the two nights that went, and then it was postponed for the rest of it. So and that's actually where I looked at Fall Stasis and checked out their stuff. So go to I strongly recommend going to their Bandcamp page and checking out their demos. But I can't wait till the new album comes out because very impressive. Yeah. Very impressive with Valfreya and Sanguine Glacialis. So that's yeah, that's awesome. The three of you, are you planning to maybe do something like this again in the future because this got postponed?
I'm pretty sure we will. I mean, we all have new album coming. Valfreya too. We're working on it as we speak. So we all have new albums coming. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, we're friends in real life, and Corinne is my best friend. I love her so much. So for sure, we will do something again. What, how, when? I don't know, but we will for sure, because we're all managers of our band.
Right.
Mainly, so it's really easy for us to just talk about it and do it. I mean, Corinne has booked shows. She has booked so many shows through Extreme Prods. She is a big booker in our area, or she used to be. Mm-hmm. So and I booked a lot of shows as well. So for us to just organize a tour and do it is the easiest, most natural thing in the world. So for sure we will do it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, and the next thing I'm gonna pull up. Okay, you mentioned the band's been around for a while. I didn't expect to find this when I was looking up the band. This is a blast. This is a blast from the past. It's not scary. It's just I think it's funny. Maybe because I'm a bit of a nerd. But the band has a MySpace page.
Yes. It's almost updated. Almost.
Oh, yeah. Wow. MySpace page. Slightly different. We have, let's see, is there different members here, or is this the current lineup?
It's not.
That's not the current lineup. No, I see 3 of you I recognize.
It's changed. Like Mark and Jonathan are there. But Paul is not there, and David is now named Devlin, so she is not there anymore.
Right.
But yeah, apart from that, there's like 2 or 3 lineup changes. 4? Maybe 4 lineup changes since that.
Since the MySpace page. And then I started scrolling, and I'm like, it scrolls to the right. Oh my God, this is so quaint. I remember MySpace. And there's... Yeah, there's like a bunch of photos.
I haven't been there for a while.
Well, yeah, it hasn't been maintained for a while, but it's very cool to go back and you see the lineup. You had more female members. You mentioned the previous singers that you had to train. So if we open up this picture here, how long ago was this, and who's all in this photo?
That was in 2012 or 13. I'm not sure. It was. For our first music video that we did, Into the Heart of Chaos. Okay. So it was not the first lineup, but it was amongst the first lineups. So you can clearly see me there on the right.
Yep. You haven't changed at all, by the way. You look exactly the same.
Oh, close. I'm a little different, and I'm certainly fatter, but yeah, I have the same face I used to.
Don't say that. That's not nice.
I was like 19 on that picture, and I'm 10 years older now. So that says a lot.
Like a fine wine.
Like a fine wine.
Don't guess how old I am.
I won't.
Okay.
I just won't. Not on live podcast. I won't.
That's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It is a trap. Absolutely.
I'm quite a bit older than I look. So.
He hits the gym.
Just gotta take care of yourself. Yeah.
Usually, I mean, I used to be a teacher, and from that picture that you saw, I was 18 or 19 years old, and at that time, people thought I was a high school student or even an elementary school student.
Oh, wow.
I thought elementary school, and sometimes a couple of my the sixth grade, they were taller than me, and sometimes they looked older than I did.
I've always looked younger, and I hated it in college. I hated it when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I'm like, great.
Yeah.
It pays off in the end. It pays off in the end. Yeah, definitely pays off in the end. Okay, great. So MySpace page, if anyone wants to go check that out, Blast from the Past, that was very cool.
Please don't.
We already checked out Fest Evil. We pulled that up. I was going to pull that up. We looking very dapper. We talked about the interview you had on Quebec, on Montreal television, on Quebec television. Okay, and this was spoiled. We kind of talked about it. Let's see Vito's memory. Vito, how many cats does Maud have? What did she say? 4. Good job. You got it. Because
Gizmo, one's Emily, and that's all I know.
That's good. I mean, that's 2 on 4. Other one's Jack, and other one's Vivi.
Yeah, all about.
Ooh, I like
Vivi.
Vivi. In French, we say V is V.
Oh, Veve.
So
Veve.
It's like VV, but in French it's Veve because she has a V pattern on her forehead.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So you do an interview with All About the Rock, and they ask you about your cats. So if you want to check that out, it's from April 2021. There's actually some photos of you with your cats on here.
Emily.
We saw Emily earlier on the video. Yeah, we saw her walking around. Okay.
That's Vivi. She's a 15 years old senior cat.
Aww.
And she meows super loud. So you're very lucky that she did not come in because she would have covered us for sure.
She would have stole the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
that's Jack.
And there's Jack.
Yeah. Gizmo is not there, but he's awesome too. He's black and white. Black metal cat. Or Batman cat. Sometimes I call him Batman.
So how did the interview steer towards your cats? Was it supposed to go there, or was it the intention of the interview at the beginning, or? It
was the intention at the beginning. Actually, All About That Rock, they have fun when they do their interviews, and they always do pets interviews. Corinne did one for Valfreya as well, so I knew what it was, and I was so excited to answer the questions they sent me. I was super happy to talk about my babies. It's amazing. It's really nice.
Aww.
Awesome. And then let's see here. There's also this was just impressive to me, and maybe we can talk a bit about this. This was I believe an older release, but you were signed with Wormhole Death Records and released in Japan. So you had a Japanese release, which is pretty darn cool.
Super cool.
Do you have any fans from Japan reach out to you?
Not that many. We have a couple of fans around the world. So we have fans a little bit everywhere. I know we have a couple from Japan. I haven't heard from Russia.
We have a few from Europe. I'm sending merch.
South America for sure. Russia, we have a couple of ones.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Russian fans are special.
Yeah.
Probably very loyal fan base from Russia. Crash4 in the chat says cat, and then also says I prefer now mode. Crash, he or she or they prefers you now. So that's good.
Yay.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, of course, I hope so. At least I'm getting a little bit fatter, but I learned so many different things. So I have more experience, more knowledge. I know more instruments. So yeah, at least there are good things to getting older.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we're getting close to the review part of the interview where we enter an interview and we look at some other bands. We're getting really close to that. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you if any live performances are coming up, because the Corona situation is improving. So hopefully there's some live performances coming up if you have any planned or not. What's coming up next for the band, which we already kind of talked about. I'm going to just throw it over to the three of you and go ahead and plug. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to be quiet as much as I'm going to try to be quiet, and I'll let you go ahead and let folks know where to check you out and what's coming up next.
Absolutely. Well, like I said earlier, we are mainly composing our third album. We're almost done. We actually checked to book the studio in the coming months, coming year. So there's that. And if we're focusing on the recording of our third album, we might just hold on for live shows for the moment, just to make sure we do this properly. And then as soon as this is done, for sure, we'll play so many live shows, you won't believe it. And my goal before COVID, I wanted to try and go to west of Canada. We only did the east, so the more west we went was Ontario. So I wanted to go west of that, a part we never did. So that's something I want to take a look at. And if we have a new album, I think it will be even easier to plan this. So that's the plans for the moment. I don't have any specific timing, but
we also moved to a new practice room to get ready for these new shows. So something to motivate us to keep practicing together and get ready for our next shows.
Awesome. Thanks, Mo and Alex. You mentioned coming out west. Have you heard?
Please come here.
Yeah,
please.
There's a bunch of great opportunities. One I can think of at the top of my head is Metalocalyptic Festival. Metalocalyptic Festival. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, actually, we tried a couple of, like 1 or 2 years back to back. We tried to go there, but just since we're in Montreal,
it's so far.
Really, really far away. It was a little harder to do, but it's something that we have in mind for sure. So once we have the occasion, I think what will make things easier is if we're actually able to tour, because for Canadians know how wide Canada is, but sometimes if you're not Canadian, guys, you have no idea how huge that country is. I mean, it's the second biggest country in the world, or second after Russia, second. So to do the whole country from one side to the other, which is actually what we're aiming to do. We're talking about days and days of driving.
Well, over a week of driving if you're going to go all the way there and all the way back.
Non-stop.
Yeah, and we have to think about every show we meet and between. And
the road we have to go, like we have to cover. So sometimes you have like 2 days road between two shows. You need to think about that, and it's expensive.
Yeah, that's the main problem. But I
want to work on that and see.
If
there's a solution for sure.
If you're coming this way and looking for openers, hit me up. I know I can give you a bunch of suggestions of different bands that you might want to reach out to that might be might be good performing with you. So if you're coming out this way on a tour, say you're bringing another band with you or not, but maybe you want another opener, let me know, and I can definitely tell you.
Local bands save our asses every time we tour. So yes, yay for local bands.
Right, and if it is in the summer, there's the Metalocalyptic in Lone Butte. There's in Drumheller, Alberta. It's happening this year, by the way. Just big news. Loud as Hell in Drumheller, Alberta is happening. There's also Armstrong Metal Fest in Armstrong, BC. I know the promoter for one of the promoters for that one. That's a really great festival as well. There's even smaller festivals, but awesome ones in Calgary called Decimate Metal Festival is a great one. I know the promoter for that one. So if you need ideas when you're coming this way, just I can give you ideas. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I can just give you some brainstorming.
Festivals,
you do? Perfect.
Yeah, honestly, I knew all of them before you told me about them.
Yeah. Excellent.
So that's already good.
Excellent. So you're already there. You're on your way.
Eventually. Yeah. We want to go there. We just want to go there and like be sure we won't like get we can actually have any money to go back.
We want to go and like make $0. So we don't care about earning money.
You just don't want to lose money.
Break even.
Yeah.
And I was not able to do it for the moment, but like I said, I'm older, I'm wiser, I know more things than I used to, so I will find a solution for sure.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, if you get a chance, you should look at. There's Archspire. They do have a video, an interview of them, and they show their tour van, and all of them. It's just I think it's like a 12-person van, but they rigged it, and like 8 of them sleep in this. Like there's their merch. Like there's someone touring with them. There's like 7 or 8 of them that sleep in this van, and it's just. It's the craziest thing, just to be able to break even, or maybe even make a tiny bit of money on the road, which is what bands go through in order to save money, because it's so expensive to travel, especially across Canada.
Yeah, and I'm way too much of a princess to do that. I'm sorry. I completely. I mean, I know I'm like that, but I won't sleep in a van like this for days and days and days at a time. I won't.
It smells after a while. It smells.
So am I. I gotta say, watching it, I'm like, oh, this looks kind of fun, but I'm like, I would not sleep.
No.
I wouldn't sleep either. Yeah, I'm a bit of a princess too when it comes to that. I got my memory foam mattress and my special pillow and everything, and yeah, I would struggle to sleep in the van. All right.
I can't.
All right, so we still have some folks watching. We want who's tuned in right now. Stick around because we're gonna do some reviews of some other awesome bands. We have 2 bands we're gonna check out tonight for our review segment, and Sanguine Glacialis is gonna be sticking around and helping us review these bands. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, so it's time for some reviews. Hey, all right, time for reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. We're again, like I said before, we're going to be checking out 2 artists for tonight. The first band we're going to be checking out is an Israeli dark rock metal band called Fatum Aeternum. I think is how you say it. Released their first single, Spiders, very recently here, taken from their upcoming album, Goth in Jazz. So there's a reason I picked this band for our guests for tonight, to see what they think of this. Again, they're Israeli, so they're from Israel, this band. And this is one of the rare cases where they do have other they have music videos for some of their songs, like lyric videos, live performances on their YouTube channel. But for this particular song, there's nothing yet. There's no songs yet. So there's no video yet. So we're just gonna have audio only. But that's good because then I get to see the expressions on everyone's faces and see what they think. And those in the chat too, I want to hear what you think. What do you think of Fatum Aeternum, the band? So let's check it out. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, 1 second. Okay, this is their song, Spiders. Okay, first impressions.
Very Diablo Swing Orchestra vibe, like
Yeah.
big vibe.
I feel these guys could be a lot of fun live.
Yeah, totally.
Like there's some kind of theatrical aspect to it, and their music, like I feel like they're talking to each other, talking to, like they're responding to each other or something like that. Like
playing off each other. Yeah.
Very, very theatrical. Actually, here I'll pull up a picture of them while we're listening to. So there's the band.
I got a kind of a strange vibe with them. First, there was really jazz fusion kind of vibe. I have jazz,
Middle Eastern.
I have jazz studies, so I felt really like I was studying jazz or a new band. And at the last section, I almost feel like Megadeth song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt like there's some song in Rust in Peace which cover that kind of vibe. So to transition from jazz to kind of Megadeth, a bit more death vibe, it was special. Honestly, it's original. I haven't heard something like that before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
And
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the violin for sure.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I listened to more of their music, and I would say some strong songs are stronger than others. And I'm not trying to insult the band by any means, but I think this, for me personally, is the strongest song that they've released to date, in my opinion. Like, it's catchy, the elements all kind of mesh together really well. And if this is in my opinion, if this is any indication of what the new album is going to sound like, really excited for it. And it's just really cool to see a band grow and develop. I mean, they don't look like they're young. They don't look like they've just this is new for them. But the band itself, let's see here. And I'm not trying to insult them and saying they're not young, but I just mean they've probably been playing music for a long time. Is what I meant to say. If we look here, I'm going to look. Their oldest release is from 2014. So they've been they had a single release in 2014. But looks like most of their releases are 2018 onwards, so that's pretty exciting. So yeah, do we need to check out more, or do we have? And what we started doing on the Lycanthro show, so thanks to those guys, we figured things out. Is that in order to rate the music, and we can listen to more if we need to, is it's either 2 metal horns up, 1 metal horn up. If you're not sure, metal horn sideways, and 2 down or 1 down. So what would you do? We need to listen to a bit more, or do you have a kind of impression?
Well, for what I've heard, I would say 1.
Yeah,
horns up.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So
there is some vocal that were very interesting in that, like the arch vocals in it, the arsher, let's say, vocal.
Right.
And between I was at first I was like, okay, it's kind of soft. I didn't expect that with the kind of music they pulled out. I wasn't expecting soft vocal. Then it went harsher on it. And I was okay. That's more the vibe I was looking for when I first heard at the start.
Yeah, I'd say 1 metal horn as well, and the reason's not 2 is just because the vocals aren't as technical as the music is. I think they do. It's sort of like what's an example I can give? Mick Jagger from Rolling Stones, where he's not technically the strongest vocalist, but he has so much style that it makes up for it. Do you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's not a metal example, but that's a rock example, and that's kind of what they're doing here. I think. Go ahead.
That's why I was saying this band should be good live,
right?
Because that's how I felt. Like, it's so festive. Festival. Yeah. Yes, and I felt like maybe on the recording it doesn't translate as well as doing it with a live show with people, and it feels like you have fun listening to this.
Yeah, I'd say so. It'd be a good live show. So if I'm ever in Israel, I'll make sure I go check them out. And then Crash 4 in the chat says sax. That is rare in metal, and that is rare in metal. That is rare in metal. It's nice to hear some saxophone.
Fact, if you're ever curious about it, our first ever show in 2011, we used to have a saxophone.
Oh.
So before the Sanguine of the first album that we had a saxophone. So a couple of leads on the first album were done on the guitar, but it used to be on the sax.
Try Dying in the chat says the beginning reminded me of Big Bad Voodoo Dad with 1 metal horn up. So they gave 1 metal horn as well. I don't know who's Big Bad Voodoo Dad. I've never heard of that.
Is it Diablo Swing Orchestra?
Is it a side is it one of their songs? Is that what that is? Oh no, it's an artist. Big Bad Voodoo Dad. Okay.
Oh yeah, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Yeah.
Daddy.
Or former bass player Misha used to listen to that.
Oh, okay. Awesome. It's not metal by the looks of it. It looks very swing. I should. This looks pretty cool. I want to check this out. I think I can bring this in here. I'll just do like this really quickly. There's what they look like.
Oh, cool.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. So I'll have to check that out after the show. Okay, so 1 metal horn up from all of us. I would say we're all in agreement in terms of the quality. Good job, Fatum Aeternum. I'm looking forward to your album. I wanted to check it out once it's released. And then our next band we're going to check out is a band, a Polish band called Arshenic. And then we're going to listen to their song Extraterrestrial, spelt really with capitals and funny characters and stuff. So Extraterrestrial is the song we're going to listen to. There is a music video for this one, so we can possibly critique the music video as well, but for the most part we're talking about the music. The music video actually isn't a video, it's just a visualizer. So anyway, this is a Polish band with a female fronted, playing heavy music on the edge of rock and metal. Their second full album, Final Collision, was released in 2019 through Slip Trick Records. We're going to listen to the second single off of the album Extraterrestrial. So the second single is also the title of the album. We're gonna check this out and see what folks think. This stuff sent to me, and I only listened to some of this one, so I'm gonna really curious to hear what my guests think. Oh, sorry. Start that again. Okay, impressions so far. Well, I think we need to listen. This one, I think we definitely need to listen a little more of it to get a good impression. But first impressions so far. Okay, one metal horn.
I really like it. I really like her vocals, and I love the innocent, cute with
Nice.
her harsh growl slash fry. I'm not sure which technique she uses, but I think the mix of vocals is really interesting, and she does it well. So I really like it.
Yeah, I like the guitars, the melody of it. Yeah, it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I find it interesting. There was some depth to it with all the vocal harmony. Maybe the guitar was a bit simple.
Yes, I was going to say that.
That context. So
yeah, it doesn't have to be overcomplicated either. But
As long as it's good.
yeah.
Right, yeah, very, very low, not very complicated. Well, I can see from the picture here, we're looking at the video, there's aliens and there's a woman getting abducted. So I'm guessing the ethereal kind of, sorry if I don't sound pretty doing that, but the ethereal vocals, I can hit the notes, it just doesn't sound good. I think it's the abduction. Like, I think this probably has something to do with the abduction, if I had to guess. Kind of get that kind of like, that feeling you get when you're watching like an alien movie.
At some point, you get the kind of science fiction vibe. At some point, not all the time in the music, but exactly when the
Okay, I did better than Mark, so I can.
And he sings. He sings in the band.
I can do better, but
That's okay. It's a hard note. Anyway, so he's going to check them out. Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Oh, thanks. Try dying in the chat. Okay, let's listen to a bit more because I have a feeling this it's simple in parts, the song, but it's I like it. Let's listen to more, and then I'll try to see if we can find maybe a solo. See if there's a solo in the song.
Kind of stoner rock-ish.
A little
but then it
stoner
goes
rock.
Heavy.
Yeah, I agree, Vito. A bit of a stoner rock vibe. You like it?
I do. I like that. Like, it's like holding you at that stoner rock vibe, and then it kind of just goes over the edge where it hits like more metal than hard rock. Like it
Right.
dances that knife edge, and then it spills over on both sides.
Yep. Totally agree. Yeah.
I think that groove. I'm a big groove lover. Like I love gent. I love new metal. Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, me too. Actually,
I love things that are super groovy, and I think they have it. So I like that vibe, and I like with the eerie vocal on top. I think it really fits well. It's well done. I think I like it. Actually, I'm probably going to check out what they did after that interview. It's nice.
Sweet. Okay, let's try to find. I'm gonna try to find when the song changes again. If there's like either a breakdown or a solo. I'm really interested to hear that part of the song. So let's see if I can find it. Should be coming. Oh. Okay, now as far as I can tell, no guitar solo, but there was a change in there was a bridge with like a second chorus, which that was pretty cool. Oh, hold on. All right. We got a vibe. I was hoping for like a sick breakdown or a solo or something else in there, and I didn't get it. But I mean, it's not to say it's a bad song, but I think that's one metal horn up from me.
Maybe
definitely like it, but
the album.
That's true. Actually, that's very true. We haven't listened to the whole album, and then that particular song might not be a good representation of the whole album, right? So.
I kind of had like when you start back with the clean vocals, some kind of like Japanese, not J-rock exactly,
like
but
kawaii
Japanese,
metal, like kawaii or like music.
Not kawaii, but like some kind the kind of stuff you'll find in anime openings.
Oh, okay.
Like, J-rock, J-metal,
right?
Vibe. It's what I felt about that part.
And her voice has a little something of ginger, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like her timbre, the timbre of her clean vocals, I think, not her growl, but I think her clean vocals sometimes they had a little ginger vibe that I like.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Vito, any thoughts? What's your rating of this particular track from your?
I'll give it a solid metal. I kind of want to do like a 1.5.
You could do, sure.
I'm super digging it. I need to hear more though, and I liked how they ended it, kind of with that almost industrial, like zing zing, like electrical sound. That was unexpected. So I think the whole album would be a lot of fun, and I want to listen to it front to back.
Okay, and then Nathan in the chat had his review of this song. He says, I really like this song, 1.75 horns out of 2. So, okay, it's getting very specific. Yeah, the same track as Vito. Awesome. All right, so that's all we had to take a look at tonight. Thank you very much, Mark, Alex, and Mode. Thank you for being on tonight's show. Really appreciate it. We'll share this out after the fact, and once everything's up and running and ready in YouTube, I'll let you know as well. But you're fantastic guests. Thanks for forgiving me for pronouncing things wrong the entire episode. Thanks for that.
Thank you for receiving us. It was really nice, and I can't wait to watch it all over again, and we'll share it for sure. But really, thank you so much for receiving us on your show. It was really nice. Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay, I'm going to let folks know about some upcoming shows, and then we're going to sign things off. Actually, only one to talk about, actually. It's been a busy summer. Wednesday, July. So upcoming shows. Actually, let me play some tunes while we're doing this. Let's play some music.
There we go.
Oh.
Listen some more of the spiders. Okay, upcoming shows here on the Wicked Wally webcast. July 14th, so that's right, next week. We're not taking I've been doing every second week because I'm busy being a new parent, but we're going to do it. We're going to go next. We're starting again next week. Arrival of Autumn. They were actually supposed to be on last week, but they got accepted to a really cool festival. So they had to practice up, and everything's opening up now. So they had to jump on this festival. They had to cancel last week, but they're going to be on the show next week. So we'll be joined by members of Grand Prairie, Alberta's Arrival of Autumn. After being signed to Nuclear Blast Records, they released their powerhouse of an album, Harbinger, in 2019. They have new music in the works and are going to join us and give us a taste of what they have coming up next. And I have the next two shows I pretty much have confirmed, but not 100%, so I didn't want to put them on here yet, but they should be scheduled here pretty shortly. So awesome. So some great stuff going to be coming up on the Wicked Wally webcast this summer. Thanks again to Mark, Alex, and Mode.
Thank you so much again for receiving us.
Yeah, we had
cheers.
a great time.
So this is this is Vito
And it's Moustache.
and Wally signing out. Tune in next week. Same Wicked time, same Wicked channel. Have a great night.
We're